Are you an online coach or a healer who finds the online space a little bit noisy and chaotic, and you're not quite sure if you should be taking action? You're not clear on your messaging. You're not clear on how to use social media. And so you feel just a little overwhelmed and stressed out by the whole thing. And so you don't take action anyway. If that's the case, then this episode is for you, because really what it comes down to is three things. Number one, and always number one, you must have self-mastery. You must know who you are at the core of your being and be willing to stand for your truth. You must know your truth. You must be willing to face all those feelings and thoughts and stuff that comes up. And in this journey of being an entrepreneur, we often find ourselves in a roller coaster of emotions and thoughts and stuff going on. And so we also must have the ability to express your truth in a way that is supportive to your clients, instead of in a way that feels negative Nancy, or you're kind of airing all your dirty laundry on social media. And you need to have a plan. You need to have a plan. I see so many coaches get a little lost in the noise, skipping from one strategy to the next, never being consistent, not having any sustainability, and ending up giving up because they just can't find the pathway through. So if you are someone who resonates with this episode is for you. I'll see you on the inside. Do you let your mind have vacations occasionally? I know in this entrepreneurial journey, building all the things in the online space, creating content, getting yourself out there as a guest speaker, all these things that need to be done, all of this work that needs to get done, it can take over sometimes. One of the most common things that I hear from my clients over and over and over again is how overwhelmed people are. There's so much noise in the online space. You've got to do it this way, that way, and then this other way. And if you're not standing on your head, then you're doing it all wrong, right? And it's so important that we've got the self-mastery and the trust in ourselves to be able to take a step away from all of the moving pieces, from all of the quote unquote mundane pieces of the business, and get back to the 40,000 foot view, get back to the reason why we're building this thing in the first place, and to really ground into an extraordinary experience. I used to work 17-hour days, 7 days a week, burning the candle at both ends. And I can tell you for sure that working harder isn't going to be the thing that breaks you through to your income goals, to your impact goals, to anything that you desire in your business, no matter what it is that you're creating. Now, there is a time and a place for the hustle. There is a time and a place to get shit done. There's also a time and a place, as in all the time and all the places, to be living your life, to spend time in the backyard, to go to a yoga class, to just ground, to spend time laughing, to watch a comedy show, to snuggle up on the couch and watch a movie with your significant other, to relax, girls' night out, go dancing, right? There's got to be space where we let go of the never-ending to-do list, where we allow our brain to take a freaking break. Because otherwise, everything gets noisy up there too. And what happens is we start making decisions based on fear, stress, overwhelm, freaking out that I'm not going to get it all done. There's this panic that shows up, and then resistance starts showing up. Procrastination starts showing up. We hate the to-do list. We either work too hard or we don't work at all because we just don't want to do it. But if we come back to the reason why we are doing what we're doing, if we come back to the awareness of the impact that we have the ability to create by being an entrepreneur, by being a healer and an online coach, and we remember the why, and we allow ourselves to go back up to that 40,000 foot view, and we ground into that, we can create incredible change. But you can't do it sitting in front of your computer stressed out about the to-do list. So whatever it is that you find yourself mentally spinning on, whether that be your to-do list or the laundry or the kids or all the things that need to get done before that workshop or whatever it might be, Whatever you're stressing out about or thinking about too much, take a vacation from it. Go find something to not distract yourself, but to take a break and give yourself rest. Rest is so, so, so important as an entrepreneur. It's easy for, especially as doers, it's really easy for us to get caught up in the doing of things. Now, if you're watching this and you think, well, I don't even know what you're talking about, I'm really good at sitting and being, then I want you to also be aware that there is nothing wrong with a little bit of ambition. Being in this online coaching space does require motivation. It does require some ambition. It does require a little go get 'em attitude. So if you don't have that and you're a little too restful, I question maybe it's time to get a little get up and go in your step, right? But wherever you're at, whether you're better at doing or better at being, ambition is okay. It's totally fine to want things. There's nothing wrong with a desire for more in your business and in your life. And if you're too busy, take a break, not to run away, not to escape, not to numb, not to turn the brain off, but to take a break and give your brain some breath so that it can come back with fresh inspiration, new ideas, different downloads, and new creative ways to move this out into the world. Where do you find your strength in the unknown? You know, this entrepreneurial journey is no joke. It requires resiliency, strength, courage, bravery. It requires us to really ground into our truth, to be authentic, to know who we are, to face every limiting belief that you ever thought you had, plus a few more, to face your money stories, to face all sorts of challenges. And it's worth every step of the way. But one thing that is for certain out of all the coaches and all the entrepreneurs I've ever spoken to over the years is that it's a roller coaster and you're very much in the unknown. Being in this space, choosing to be an online healer, coach, spiritual teacher, choosing to build a business is all about choosing to take a leap of faith on yourself and to trust in the unknown, to be willing to put yourself out there, not having any guarantee that it might work, not having any guarantee of a paycheck every 2 weeks. Not that that's a thing either. We never have any guarantees in life. But this journey will challenge every limit you've got, plus a few more. And it will help you grow in ways that you never thought possible. And it will help you to see yourself more clearly than you ever have before. And so finding this fierce serenity, finding this strength, finding the willingness to show up as you amongst all the chaos, amongst all the noise, amongst all the people telling you that you're doing it wrong or that you shouldn't be doing it that way, you should be doing it this way, and all the people that are telling you that you can just post to social media every day, 5 times a day, and make sure that you're on Instagram and TikTok and dancing and pointing at things and also creating reels and sales pages and make sure that you have an email list and all this shit. It takes courage and serenity to stand and say, I choose to do it my way. I choose to invest in myself in ways that feel good and hire coaches that will support me in my ability to grow my business my way. Because there is no cookie cutter bullshit out there. There is no perfect way to post to social media. There is no perfect way to create a Facebook group and all of a sudden make $60,000 overnight. That's not how it works. Building a business online or off is complex, and there is more to it than just one strategy. There's got to be a holistic, well-rounded way of going about it that suits you, that is aligned to you. Not everybody needs to have a podcast. Not everybody needs to post to social media 5 times a day. Not everybody needs to be on TikTok. Not everybody needs a website. What people do need, what you need, is self-mastery so that you know who you are. self-expression so that you're expressing yourself authentically as you and creating impact and standing out from the crowd. And you need a plan, a sandbox for your intuition to play in. You don't need a whole bunch of rules and a way to follow that's cookie cutter and bullshit and talks about overnight success. You need sustainable, strategic systems in place that allow you to show up authentically as you. So grounding into your truth first and being strong in that, being unshakable. One of my favorite words that I ever heard was unfuckwithable. When you've got that, then this coaching journey becomes a little bit easier. So ground into your truth. And if you don't know what that is, reach out, send me a DM, email me, find me online, and reach out and ask for help, because you do not need to do this entrepreneurial thing alone. Are you secretly afraid of success? I remember somebody told this to me, asked this of me a few years ago, and I thought at the time, like, why would I ever be afraid of success? That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't compute. This is what I've wanted my whole life. And yet I could see myself sabotaging over and over and over again every time I would get close to that desire that I had. And so the question arises, and especially in this coaching business, is, we want to put ourselves out there. We want to be magically visible. We want to be of impact and create more income for ourselves and our families and the world. We want to do that. And yet there's pieces that I see in all of my clients of holding back. I need more healing. I'm not procrastinating, but I'm not taking action. I need to be on the patio. There's this fear holding you back from really, truly shining your light, of really being playfully visible, of showing up as you and just owning that light that shines from you. And what I want to suggest is that the world needs your light. And don't procrastinate on it. Don't hold yourself back. Face that sucker, that fear of success or whatever other fear is rising up. Face it. Look at it, acknowledge it, be willing to say, you know what? Not today, fear. Because the world needs you right now. The world needs you to shine your light. The world needs you to not be passive in your presence. And you don't need to show up like me, but you need to show up like you, with your lights fully on, so bright that the damn world needs shades to look at you. Being visible, and being visible in a way that feels good to you. Having a plan in place for what that looks like for you. Do you know what that looks like for you? Or are you kind of bumping around, inconsistent, not sure what to do? And so you go through phases where you're posting on social, and then you take a step back because it doesn't feel good, and then nobody knows who you are, and it feels like you got to start all over again. And so you're just like on this hamster wheel of continuing to turn stuff out that's not getting you any results. You got to have a plan in place. You got to shine your light so freaking brightly, and you got to be willing to express from that place. And you need a plan so that you can stay consistent with it. So if you have not yet joined the Magically Playful Visibility Challenge, I do invite you to join me. 5-day challenge starting May 29th to June 2nd. It's going to be magical. It's going to be fun. And I'm going to teach you how to show up authentically as you, how to befriend social media so that it doesn't feel so daunting and noisy and stressful and full of drama, how to really show up and express your authentic truth in a way that feels magical, that feels playful, and that gets more people booking calls with you so that you see more results. Grab the link in the show notes. I look forward to seeing you in there. I cannot wait to support you. And as always, DM me, email me, find me. I'm everywhere. And I do look forward to connecting with you.